What? No salary this month? Hey, welcome to Fly FM Cares with me, Ivan. Now, the recent COVID-19 virus outbreak has caused a health crisis all over the world, and it has also created an employment problem for just about any member who is involved with the workforce. Of course, it's no different here in Malaysia because the recently implemented movement control order meant that businesses are going to have to close down for prolonged periods of time, meaning they're not making any money, and if they're not making any money, they can't pay anybody any money either, right? In the previous episode, you might remember me mentioning that the government has introduced a stimulus package that includes a 600 ringgit subsidy for the salary of employees that are earning below 4,000 ringgit a month for a period of 3 months. This is, of course, subject to the employer, the business, having a loss of income of more than 50% since the 1st of January 2020. These measures are being taken to avoid the possibility of any retrenchments happening in the near future. So whether you're a business owner, an employer, or an employee, here are some questions you might have. Does an employer have to continue paying wages during the movement control order? Yes, they do. Wages and allowances must continue being paid by any employer unless it is related to attendance fees or travelling allowances. According to Defence Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri, quote, salaries must continue as usual. We have informed the Human Resources Ministry because we have heard some stories about employers not wanting to pay workers' salaries. So the government has said that everybody will be on leave and staying at home, but their salaries must be paid as per usual.
Dia yang minta, majikan minta supaya pekerja mereka menandatangani secara paksa untuk bersetuju cuti tanpa gaji. Itu salah. Kita tidak benarkan.
Can an employer affected by the COVID-19 virus outbreak and the MCO retrench any of their employees? So, according to the Industrial Relations Act Section 13(3) IRA 1967, it recognizes the employer's right to terminate any workman by reason of redundancy or by reason of reorganization of an employer's profession, trade, business, or work. That means that retrenchments as a means to downsize due to an excessive workforce is generally accepted and is within the prerogative of any employer. However, they must act fairly and must be genuine in their actions. Employers are also bound by rules and guidelines and must report to the Labour Department 30 days before the implementation of any retrenchments. So, if you believe that you've been unfairly retrenched by your former company, you can bring your case to the Department of Industrial Relations Malaysia, the Industrial Court, Civil Courts, or even the Labour Court. What can an employee do if an employer goes against the regulations of the movement control order? So, if your employer has gone against the rules and regulations set during this MCO, you can bring a case, you can make a report to the police, RELA, and even the Human Resources Ministry, or you can seek further inquiries at these numbers. Alternatively, you can also contact these email addresses. In conclusion, as an employee in times of crises like these, it is perfectly normal for you to be worried about your job insecurity and instability. Just remember, there are rules and regulations that have been put in place to protect your rights. So if you have any doubts, if you have any questions, you can contact the related authorities. As for employers, seek legal help to find out how you can manage your workforce and how to deal with eventual inevitable redundancies and terminations as well. And to both employers and employees, it is a time of crisis right now. We can get through it, but we have to do it together, so let's look out for each other, okay? Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below and share this right now because somebody out there might just need this info.
Fly FM, today's hottest music.